The country woke up this morning to visuals of floods, people suffering, and misery all around. These visuals of the floods shook the trust that people have in the government and the infrastructure provided by it. But interestingly, this time around, there was no anger, no outrage, no demand for resignations of Chief Minister because the floods were not in Karnataka but in New Delhi. Many of us often start wondering as to why the media has gone silent, especially on key issues which concern the people of India. We do not see any anger, we do not see any outrage until unless the tragedy or the impact of that is from Karnataka. Why is it that the media is so selective in its approach? Why is it that even the social media anger is only restricted to states where the BJP is not ruling? What Delhi and Gurugram went through yesterday was something which can be called chaotic, a clear challenge to the governance of these two states, but there is no anger that can be seen. Let's quickly flash back to the recent floods in Bengaluru and Karnataka 2 months back. How the social media was full of memes mocking the government, the city corporation, and Bengaluru city itself, and how resignation was being demanded by the media of not just the chief minister but even the deputy chief minister DK Shivakumar, who was the Bangalore in charge minister. But Delhi and Gurugram are a different ball game. The media doesn't feel it fit to ask for any resignations this time around. It's not just the floods, it's not just the rains, it's not just the waterlogging. Even the bridge collapse in Gujarat yesterday, which we saw in the paper headlines this morning, is something which has not shaken the conscience of the media. While there have been several stories that are being put out that the bridge was old, but the fact is, the maintenance is the responsibility of the present government. And the last 30 years that there's been BJP in the state, if the bridge was unsafe, what were the department engineers doing if they could not judge the fact that the bridge had become unsafe and needed to be stopped for traffic? 13 people have lost their lives, but there's no accountability, no questions being asked of anyone. And it's not just the bridge collapse in Gujarat, even the new highways that one has been seeing, which is seen big potholes across the country on the national highway that we've seen in this one monsoon, clearly makes us ask one question as to why is the government also silent against the contractors? Why is it that none of the contractors have been punished so far for all the lapses that have come to mind? Why have we become a silent country where nobody asks question of anybody? Safety of the people and ensuring a good life is the responsibility of the governments. And clearly, in this monsoon, we're seeing that on all these parameters, there have been failures across the country. Why is it that Ministry of Highways has not even ordered arrest of a single contractor whose culpable offences have become visible? This is what the people of the country certainly want answers for, and hope that this crony contracts, which have now time and again been exposed by the poor quality of infrastructure and work, need to stop. And that is where the role of the government begins. Well, Prime Minister Modi is back from his tour, and having come back, he would certainly be getting an update on the failures of the Ministry of Highways and the infrastructure collapse in several cities. People now look up to him that at least at the PMO level, there would be some action against these contractors or these officials who are responsible for such poor quality of work which has left life in shambles. Vijay Grover, Bangalore.